Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to do part 157 to my random videos and random gameplay series. In the last video of this series, we got through some of this first Edgenuity video. We got to the first 30 minutes of it. What we're going to do in this video, get to the next 30 minutes to make it to the hour mark. So yeah, we're getting through 30 minutes and 55 seconds of this video. We're gonna get to the next 30 minutes, see if we can get to the hour. So yeah. Well, I'm not gonna waste time for this episode, I'm just gonna go and get through it. Have you guys enjoyed? Let's get to it. Here we go.
How much do we have left? We earn $180 per week, so again, there's 4 weeks in a month. And after taxes, we also have a monthly expenses that total $560. So think about how we're going to put this all together. Let's first figure out the inflow. So money that we have coming in. We have $180 times the 4 weeks. So we multiply that out. That ends up with $720. Now we have to consider the outflow. We were told that our monthly expenses, the money that we spend, the outflow, totals $560. So remember again, to calculate your net cash flow, we're going to take the inflow minus the outflow. So $720 minus $560. That's going to leave us with $160. That's our net cash flow. So now that means we've got decisions to make. How do we decide what to do with that money? Save it, spend it, put it into our savings account? Oh, I want you to think about this. This is an important question. We got it lucky here on this one and ended up with a positive net cash flow. What would happen if you had a negative cash flow? So in other words, the inflow, the money we were receiving in, was less than what we were spending. That's a problem. That's a big problem. So we have to decide how to get it back balanced. You can do that one of two ways. Simply put, we can either increase our input, so make more money, or we can decrease our output, stop spending as much, cut back on expenses. These are all good decisions that need to be made in order to maintain a good financial plan. There's a lot of ideas that we tossed around here today, and hopefully in your mind, all of these are spinning around. Now, it may seem a little bit overwhelming, but I don't want you to feel that way, because all of this is a very important decision for you. And I am so confident that you now have the math skills that you can really establish a good financial plan for yourself. So you want to start thinking about the income you have coming in. What do you want to do with the money? Do you have some goals?
By the way, guys, tomorrow is Friday, so we're trying to get videos up tomorrow.
Do you have insurance?
I'm also trying to get some up Saturday because I am going to a Christmas party Saturday, and after that Christmas party, I'll be coming back here.
Are you looking to invest? What are your plans for retirement? How much money would you like to have at retirement? All good questions to ask yourself. And now we've practiced analyzing the numbers and calculating net cash flow. So you've got the great skills that you need to calculate all the numbers behind a good financial plan. So I hope that you're starting to think about all these important questions. I know I certainly am. And I'm so proud of you for taking that first step in establishing good financial decisions. You're going to be so glad that you did the hard work now so that you get to enjoy your future. Best of luck to you. See you again soon.
See, she's a really sweet teacher, and I really like her. That's why, because she, is really sweet about things. She's like, alright, now go do I gotta do this, or you stink, or something. I know none of the teachers really do that, but like, it makes you feel better when they say something nice in the video or something like that. Like, there's one English one I think you'll see later on, and at one point the teacher says, "Good luck." Like, now it's time for your assignment. Good luck. Something like that. So yeah. We haven't got English yet, still on this all of that. We're not going to worry about the practice or quiz in this, which you can go on to the next one. Which I want to make sure I want to make sure I ain't skipping those sections. Doesn't look like it, which is good. Next one is financial goals. We're going to go ahead and go through that. That's the next lesson. Let's go ahead and go through it. Vocabulary. We're going to go through vocabulary as we did in the other one. And then we're going to go to the videos. There's only one vocabulary word in this section, it being this.
Financial goal. A financial goal is an objective driven by specific future financial needs.
That's it. That was not a long section at all. So let's go ahead and go to the direct instructions, see who's teaching us now. I believe it's her again. Yep, it's the really happy, not really happy, I'm sorry. Oh, she's like really sweet. I know I keep saying that, but I think that's true. She's a really nice teacher, and I like that. There we go, we're back at the beginning. Let's go ahead and learn. Here we go.
Hello and welcome. I'm so glad that you could join me today on our discussion about financial goals. We've got a lot of exciting things to talk about, so it's important that we start warming up some of our math skills. Let's take a look at this problem. Parker here, like many of you perhaps, has a part-time job. Now during the school year, he scales back on his hours so that he can make plenty of time for homework and extracurricular activities. But in the summer, he works more hours so that he can earn as much money as possible and work as many hours as his schedule and his work time will allow. So what we're going to do is help Parker figure out how much he would make for an entire year. So let's do the math to help him. First off, let's start with the school year. It says up here now for the 34-week school year, he works 10 hours per week. So let's figure out how many hours that would be for the entire school year. So we have 34 weeks times the 10 hours that he works each week. So altogether, it's going to end up giving us 340 hours. Now that's during the school year. So now in the summer, this is where Parker really picks it up. And it says here he works an 18-week summer break. So that's how long this break lasts. And he actually works 40 hours per week. So we can calculate again the hours that Parker would work actually during the summer. So we're going to multiply the 18 weeks time frame times the 40 hours per week. So when we multiply those together, we get 720 hours. So if we add those two together, 340 hours, 720 hours, that's a total of 1,060 hours. That's for the entire calendar year. So to figure out how much money Parker is going to make, we can take the hourly rate, which we found here in the problem, $8 per hour, multiply that by the total hours that Parker works for the entire year. So when we multiply that out, we have 1,060 hours times the $8 per hour. So when you multiply that together, we get 8,480. Now let's put a label on that just to be clear. That is the amount of money that Parker is going to make. So I'm going to put a $sign there to remind us that that's the amount of money. So Parker makes $8,480 for the entire calendar year. So that's set up financial goals, it's great that Parker has a real good idea of how much money he could potentially make. So in our lesson today, I hope that all of you are able to do similar calculations so that we can figure out and set up some really good financial goals for yourself. So we're going to first start out by demonstrating how income and your goals for yourself really can affect what your financial plan looks like. So what are some of your goals? What kind of money do you have coming in? Do you have a part-time job? Do you have an allowance? And decide how we can balance what options you have and what some of your financial goals might be. We'll also take a look at some financial plans that are already in existence and see how you might modify those plans to reach those goals that you've set. So in these examples, we'll gather a real clear picture of how all of these math skills relate to your own financial plan. So stay tuned. We've got a great lesson coming up.
We're going to stay tuned, as she say. We're going to continue. Let's go. Okay, here we go.
All right, we're ready now to take a look at how your financial goals and what you set up, your look into the future, your income, what you have coming in, how all of those factors work together to impact the decisions that you make towards your financial goals. So we're going to look at all of that today. And you really want to think about, are you headed in the right direction? So what does that direction look like? And how do we know if it's the right direction? These are all questions that we'll address today. Take a look at this breakdown here of different financial goals. First off, on the left-hand side, we see goals and how they relate to achievement. So perhaps you have a certain direction that you would like to head in your life. You know how much money you want to make, or perhaps what career path you want to take. So the goals that you set are impacted by what you want to achieve, whether that be a financial, a monetary amount, whether it be a certain level in your career. In the middle column there, we see goals and values, how they're related to one another, and what you believe in, what's important to you, your internal values, have a big impact on financial decisions that you make. So you may have a different idea of what makes a good, comfortable life than perhaps maybe your friend does. There are many factors that impact that. Or what kind of environment we grow up in, what our career goals are. All of those impact our idea of what makes a good life. So understanding what's important to you will help guide your financial decisions as well.
Excuse me again, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Third column, we see specific goals. And I can't stress this enough, write it down. If you have a specific goal, I want to have this amount of money by this age, write that down. Or if you have a goal of, I want to be able to purchase this many shares of stock in this company, write it down. If you write your goal down, your chances of meeting that goal are much higher than if we just think about it. So write it down. Grab that notepad right now and write down those goals that you think about. It will really help you achieve those goals in the future. Now, when we talk about financial goals, those vary from person to person. So perhaps you just want to be able to make a deposit on an apartment. Maybe you're going to go right into the workforce after high school, or you're going to go to college and you want to plan ahead and save that money. Maybe you want to retire by age 60 or age 50 or earlier. You're going to have to plan ahead for that. Maybe you just want to save $3,000 for college tuition. That's important to you. You've decided with your parents that you're going to pay for part of college, and you want to start saving now and think about the financial decisions you make now, how that will help you reach that goal. Maybe you just want to simply buy a new guitar. You took some lessons, you really enjoyed it, and now you'd like to own your own. These are all important to understand when setting up your own financial goals. Maybe you just want to increase your income, so you want to babysit a few more hours per week, or you want to try to get into your part-time job a couple more hours a week and see if you can make some more money. Or perhaps you've got a lofty goal, you want to own a house, and you're already making plans. It's never too early to write your goals down. Get the goals set and figure out a financial plan to help you reach those goals. But start right now by writing them down on your paper. Now, when you set a goal, there's different goals to think about. On your left-hand side, in the green, the first minty green column, we see immediate goals. So these are goals that we can obtain right now. We can purchase that guitar, or we can work more hours and make more money. That's examples of immediate. Now, maybe you want to go out and buy an MP3 player. That can happen right now. In the middle, sort of the lime green column there, we see short-term goals. So these are goals that may not happen right now today, but they're definitely in the shorter range. You're looking at accomplishing those goals. For example, saving enough money to put down on an apartment. That would be something that you can think about right now and will happen in the near future. Saving for college. That's a good one. Now, the long-term or the long-range goals that you see in the end in the orange column on your right, those might take a longer window of time. For example, like purchasing a house, making a down payment on a home. That may take some time, and perhaps buying a home is a little further down in your future. We might consider that a long-term goal. Retiring at age 60, for most of you, that seems like a long ways away. And it is a long-term goal, but nonetheless, one that we need to start planning for now, so the financial decisions we make now will have a good impact on reaching that goal. When you think about your current financial situation, so think about what kind of career you're looking into. I know some of you have already started thinking about what you're interested in. Perhaps you're interested in education, working with animals in the veterinary field. Maybe you're interested in the medical field. Maybe you're interested in sales, engineering, landscaping, architecture. There's a multitude of careers out there. And starting to think now about what careers interest you will help you get a handle on how much income you can expect. And once you know that income, then you can base some of your financial plans. So if you know you're going to have sort of a medium income, then you'll plan accordingly and know that you can't go buy the huge multi-million-dollar home. You might have to scale back that goal a little bit. So having a good understanding of your income will really be helpful in establishing a good financial plan.
Sorry, guys.
And finally, your level of education. If you want to go right into the workforce after high school, then you won't have the expense of college. You'll start working right away. But if you do plan to go to college, or even further, a master's or perhaps a doctoral degree, then you're going to have to pay for the education and perhaps take a cut in those immediate years in your pay scale. But then you weigh whether that balances out for you. So when you do finish your education, chances are you'll be making more money. So these are all important decisions to think about, and they're factors that help us in making financial decisions. Let's look at Olivia. Now, Olivia needs to save $1,200 by August, and that's to pay for her tuition. She has only 10 weeks remaining before school starts. Her boss is letting her work 30 hours per week. So the boss knows that there's a time crunch here. So Olivia is able to work 30 hours. She brings home $9.50 an hour after taxes. So that's what she gets to take home. We need to help her figure out, will she have enough money saved to be able to pay for her tuition? So let's think about the timing. She needs to save $1,200. So keeping that in mind, she has 10 weeks remaining, and it's 30 hours per week. So we can multiply the 10 weeks times the 30 hours each week that she works. So that would be 300. Now remember, we want to put the label in there. This is 300 hours. She brings home $9.50. So I'm going to take that 300 hours that we had, and I'm going to multiply the hours times the amount of money that she makes. $9.50. That puts us up to a total of $2,850. So what about it? Does that mean that Olivia will reach her goal of $1,200 for tuition? Yes, absolutely. You're right, she will. And the great news is she has more money than she needs. So now Olivia gets to make decisions about what to do with the extra money. She could save it. Maybe she needs to spend it on buying textbooks. Maybe she puts it in the bank and saves it for tuition the next semester. These are all good things, so it's an advantage to have that good financial plan set up. Let's take a look at this situation. If something happens and Olivia doesn't make the kind of money that she was expecting to, how could this affect her short-term goal of going to college for that particular term? Well, that's a great question, because any financial plan can run into some roadblocks, or at least some turns we need to make. And Olivia might be presented with a situation like that. So does it mean she can't go to school? No. We can definitely adjust a financial plan, but we have to be smart. So if Olivia doesn't make quite as much money as she expected, then one of two things have to happen. Either she finds another way to make the additional money, so she would raise her income, or she's going to have to find a way to cut down on her other expenses so that she can adjust that plan accordingly. So that having a good financial plan, we can definitely see, not only for Olivia, but for yourself, it's very important to have a good plan that fits your goals. So I hope you've started thinking about goals that you have and where you would like your financial status to be in the next week, the next year, the next 10 years, and by retirement. And start to write that down. It's never too early to write it down. So grab your notebook, grab a pen, write down some of your financial goals. In the next section, we're going to talk about how to actually calculate, use those goals, and make adjustments where necessary. So we've got an important lesson coming up, so stay tuned. We're going to start that right now.
I think this will be the last lesson, guys. I think once this video finishes, we'll quit. Alright, let's see what the last section's about. Once this video's done, we'll stop.
We ask ourselves the question, what happens when our financial goals and the plan that we set up, things change? What happens if we have to make a change? Something unexpected, finances change. It's important to know how to adjust a well-thought-out plan. We never know what the future is going to hold. So setting those goals now will allow us to adjust our plan to be able to still reach those goals. Here's a plan for us to look at. Take a look at the 3 tiers here. We start first with the action plan. So this you can start right now. Put your plan into action. Whatever your goal is, whatever your plan is, start making it happen right now. Determination. So showing commitment to your plan. If you decide, I'm only going to spend, $5 every day on my meals, then stick to it. Or if you decide, I'm going to cut back and I'm going to bring my lunch every day so I don't have to purchase it, then stick to the plan. Determination. Whatever plan you set, try your best to stick to that plan. Flexibility. We all know life can throw us curveballs, and we certainly need to be flexible enough to adjust to those curveballs. So if you have to take a couple days off work because you're sick, you can adjust for that lack of income. If you have all of a sudden expenses that you were unaware of, or new expenses, we can adjust to that. different situations. Here's an example. Let's look at Michaela. Michaela's made a financial plan, and she's set a goal for herself. She's going to save $200 every month for 2 years. She wants to purchase a car, all right? But after the first year, she's only saved $1,800. That's all she has right now. She had some unexpected school expenses that needed to be taken care of. So we need to know, what can Michaela do to modify her plan? Let's first figure out how much money exactly Michaela was wanting to obtain. At $200 per month for 2 years. So $200 per month, and there's 12 months in the year. So we could either up that 12 months to 24 months, or we could multiply it again by a factor of 2. So that would be $2,400, but that's for 1 year. So Michaela was looking to raise $4,800. And that's for the 2-year period. That was her goal. So we need to help her figure out if she's only has $1,800 right now. So let's figure out how much more money she needs. Well, 4,800 minus 1,800. That means that she still has $3,000 that she needs to save. So we could figure out with the time that she has left. It says right now,
So you got 3.5 days. I might go and get that. Do that.
1 year left. That's 12 months to save $3,000. So let's divide that $3,000 by the 12 months that she has left in her plan. When we do that division, that means that Michaela needs to save $250 per month. So here's her options. She could find a way to elevate her income, make more money so that she's making at least $50 more per month. So that's more than she's making right now. Or she's going to have to find a way to cut down other expenses to save that extra $50 a month. So Michaela can readjust her plan, either bring in the $50 more a month or decrease her spending by $50 a month. And that will account for the extra money that she needs to make sure and reach her goal. Now, Michaela, I'm sure at some point wrote down her goal. That's very important. Put it in writing and make sure we do whatever we can to adjust our finances to reach that goal. Because your goals are important. Whether it's going to college, making a big purchase, starting a new career, opening your own business, these are all fantastic goals, and we want you to be able to accomplish those goals. So like Michaela, having that good plan set up is very important. Here's something to keep in mind as you consider your goals. First, be positive. Obviously, if it's a goal, it's important to you, so stay positive about it. Believe that you can achieve that goal. If you want to go to college, you can make it happen. I know you can. If you want to purchase that car and you're working really hard in your part-time job, you can do that. I know you can. You can do anything that you put your mind to, but you need to have a well-established and a well-thought-out plan. Write down those goals. Keep sight of your goal. So don't let yourself get off course. If you set a goal to make a certain amount of money over the summer, then don't sway from that. If your friends want to go shopping or they want to go on a big trip and spend a lot of your money and you're not sure about it, then refocus yourself on your goal. This was my goal. This is what I wanted to earn. So there's choices to make. Monitor your plan. So you've written it down and you've taken the first step. Good job. But now you need to keep track of that plan. How am I doing? Am I reaching this goal? Am I working the right amount of hours? Am I saving the right amount of money? Am I making the right purchases? Continue to revisit your plan and make sure that you're on track. And then finally, make changes as needed. So we saw Michaela's example. She ran into a problem. She had some expenses at school that she wasn't aware of. No problem. A well thought out plan can easily be adjusted. And I'm sure Michaela can do that, just as you can. We can always try to earn more money or cut down on expenses. We just have to be creative, set our goals, and then have enough flexibility that we can adjust our plan. This is so exciting, all of these goals for you to think about, and the great part is you have an open book. You can write whatever goals you want to accomplish, and I'm sure there's a way to set a good financial plan to make those goals happen. I'm excited for you, so start writing down your goals right now, and I really look forward to hearing all about your accomplishments and all the great things that you can accomplish in your life. Best of luck!
There we go, guys. We finished all 3 of them lessons. It's past an hour. It's an hour and 1 minute now. But it doesn't matter. At least we got past the lesson. The video still got 55 minutes into it, so we still got a good bit to go through. So yeah, I'm going to show you the time I ended it. We stopped on this time. The hour and 1 minute mark and 21 second. The hour and 1 minute, 21 second mark. Out of the, and then we only got 55 minutes left. 55 minutes, 37 seconds. And if you're hearing this, which I know most of you will if you want to get back to this, remember at least 55 minutes, 37 seconds. Just remember that. It's the time you got left to stop before the video stops. That means you get exactly at this time if you did it. So 55 minutes, 37 seconds if you want to remember, if that helps you remember it easier. Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see everyone for the next video and finish up this Ingenuity. For the first video of Ingenuity. Bye-bye, everyone.